What's up guys? Today I'm going to teach you how to solve the 2x2. Now before we start, I just want to let you guys know you don't need any past experience with puzzle solving to solve a 2x2, and that there will be any tips and tricks and stuff, the timestamps, all of that's going to be in the description to check after this video. So let's jump right into it. Now the first step to solving a 2x2 is to solve an entire white layer on the bottom. Now a white layer not only means solving the whole white side, but also all the colors on the sides of that bottom, like right next to the white layer, all of those have to line up too. Now the first thing we want to do to solve the white layer is we're going to just find any white piece on the cube, and for me I have one right here. So once we find our white piece, we're just going to rotate the cube so we're holding it on our bottom layer. The next step is to identify where another white piece on the cube is, and if I look around, I have one right here. From this point we're going to look, this is our solved piece. This is the one we just found, and we're going to look at the other two colors on both of these pieces. So starting with our solved piece, we have white, but it also has orange and blue. And with the piece we just found, it has white, but it also has orange and green. Notice that both of these pieces have an orange sticker on them. So because of that, that means they're going to be next to each other on the orange side. So because this is the original piece we solved, and we know that the pieces will be next to each other on the orange side, that means that the new piece we just found is going to end up going right here. Now that we've determined that other piece we found is going to go right here, what we're going to do is we're going to turn the top layer until that piece is right above where we now know it needs to go. So the piece is over here, and it needs to go right here. So we're just going to turn the top layer until the piece is right above where it has to go. Once we've done that, we're going to rotate the cube, where the solved piece is still going to be in the bottom, but we're going to rotate it so that piece we want to solve is going to be on our right side. From there, we're going to do this sequence. We're going to do the right side up, top this way, right side down, and top back. What we're going to do is we're going to check in the bottom right spot. Is a piece solved right here? And in our case, it's not solved. So we're going to do that sequence again. We're going to do right side up, top this way, right side down, and top back. And then we're just going to repeat this process, checking this is still not done, and then doing that sequence until it's eventually solved. If I was to check right now, we can see that this piece is now solved, and we did it correctly. So in short, we're just going to repeat this process until the whole bottom layer is solved, but I'm going to give you another example. So we're going to look for another piece that has white on it, and I see one right over here. Now the two other colors on this white piece are blue and red. These are the two pieces I have solved, and I see a blue color over here. So because they both have blue in common, that means they're going to be next to each other on the blue side. And that means because this is the piece that's solved, it has to be next to each other on the blue side, that means this piece we just found is going to end up going right here. So as before, in order to solve this, we're going to turn the top layer so the piece is right above where it needs to go. We're going to make sure that the solved pieces are still on the bottom, but this piece we want to solve is on our right side, and we're going to do that sequence again. So the right side up, top this way, right side down, and top back. And we're going to check, and lucky this time, this only took one time doing that sequence, and the piece is now solved. Now there are two issues that might come up when we're doing this process, and I'm going to show you how to deal with both of them. So the first thing that could happen is, let's say I wanted to solve this piece first. This is our white piece, so I put it in the bottom layer, and I look for another white piece like normal, and I find this one. So the two other colors on our solved piece are red and green. The two colors on our new found piece are blue and orange. None of these colors match together, so we don't know exactly where to put it. If this happens, we're just going to choose another white piece on the cube and keep solving like normal. It will eventually get back to normal and solve normally. There's also a time where you would have a situation like this. I have both of these pieces solved in the bottom, and I've determined where another piece that I found is. So this piece has green and orange. Over here we have orange, so that means this piece needs to go in this spot because it's next to the white piece on the orange side. So what I would want to do is turn the top layer so it's right above where it needs to go. But I can't because it's actually in the bottom layer. If this was to happen, we're just going to hold this bad piece, that was the piece that we want to solve. We're going to hold it in our right side, but it's going to be in the bottom this time. We're going to do our sequence like normal, and then it will actually put it in the top layer for us, and we can move it to where it needs to go and continue that sequence like normal, and it will eventually solve that piece. So now we have the next step, and in this step what we want to do is we're going to put all these last four pieces into the right spot. They might not be rotated correctly, but they will be in the right spot so we can solve them later. So before I actually show you how to solve these pieces, what I'm going to show you is what it looks like when it's in the right spot but it's not done yet. So we're going to ignore the yellow colors on these pieces, and we're just going to look at the other two. So for this piece, I have green and orange, and we're going to look at what piece it's above. It's above green and orange. So because these two colors match, Even though they're not right next to each other, the fact that they match means that the piece is in the right spot. If we were looking at a piece like this one right here, this is orange and blue over blue and red. Even though one of the colors matches, both of them are not matching, so because of that, this piece is not in the right spot. So what we want when we start solving these pieces is we're going to try and see if we can get either one or all four of the pieces into the correct spot. So I'm just going to start checking mine and see what I have. So this is green and red, and this matches with green and red, so that's 1. Over here we have blue and orange with red and blue. That does not match. Orange and green with orange and blue also does not match. And blue-red with green-orange. That also does not match. So I have the case where only one of them is in the right spot, and that is good. So when we have that case where only one of those pieces is in the right spot, what we're going to do is hold it in our top right like this, and do this sequence. So we're going to turn the top this way, and then do the right side up, turn the top the other way, and then left side up. And then we're going to do the same thing, but the sides are going down. So top this way, right side down, top this way, and left side down. Now what we want to do again is to check to see if it's changed from 1 to all 4 pieces done. So we're going to check this one first. Red and green matches red and green. That's 1 piece. Green and orange does not match blue and red. That's not good. Red and blue does not match orange and blue. And orange and blue does not match orange and green. So again, we only have 1 piece done. So we're going to go find that one that's actually in the right spot. Kind of hold it in our top right and do that sequence again. So top side this way, right side up. Top side other way, left side up. Top side this way, right side down. Top side this way, and left side down. And now if we were to go check all the pieces, all of these are in the right spot. So depending, for that case where you have one of them in the right spot, you'll either have to do that sequence once or twice. You have to check after each one, but it will eventually lead to all 4 being done. We are now on the final step, which is just going to be to orient all of our last corners. So what we're going to do is going to flip the cube upside down now, and we're going to hold one of the corners that's not done yet in our bottom right. And we're going to do that original sequence we learned a while back in step 1 until this bottom corner is done. So we're going to do it once. We're going to do right side up, top this way, right side down, and top back. We're going to check this bottom right. This corner is not done, so we're going to do the sequence again. We're going to do right side up, top this way, right side down, and top back. And we check that the corner is now done. And so what we're going to do is we're going to do the same thing with our other corner. Now it's very, very important here. Don't just rotate your cube and start doing it again to this corner, because your whole cube will be messed up. Instead, what we're going to do is we're going to turn the bottom layer so that corner is in the bottom right spot like we were in before, and then we're going to continue the process. So I just turned the bottom layer so this is in the right spot, and we're going to keep doing this sequence again. So right side up, top side this way, right side down, and top side back. We're going to check it's not done. Right side up, top side this way, right side down, top side back, and still not done. Right side up, top side this way, right side down, top side back, still not done. So we're going to do it again. Right side up, top side this way, right side down, top side back, and now we can see it's done. And if we look, all these corners in the bottom are done, so the cube might just be 1 turn away from being done, but then you will have solved your 2x2. Thank you guys so much for watching. Again, there are timestamps, tips and tricks, all that stuff you need to know is in the description if you need more help. And if you guys enjoyed this video, found it helpful, please be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. And check out this playlist that's going to pop up with all of my Rubik's Cube tutorials.